Anyways, yes, we're gonna talk Cinemacon today, y'all. But before we get started, Jedi Knight is out this Friday. Are you ready? You make your preparations?
I am off.
Okay.
I have nothing planned except for I had to move my therapy session from Wednesday to Friday. So 10 o'clock, Best Buy parking lot, 10:20
Oh, you want
installing.
a physical copy?
Yeah, so
I'm surprised you usually download, bro.
I download certain games. This is 120 something gigs.
I mean, well, yeah, it's still gonna be that way even with the dev.
Yeah, and then I was like, all right, last one I played and I played the hell out of it.
Same here.
But once I like really beat it or like went and found extra stuff, I didn't pick it back up. So
Oh,
I was like,
same here.
for this one, I'm like, all right, cool. Let me go ahead and get the physical copy because say I play this for 2 months and then I'm like, all right, I'm really gonna put more time into Zelda.
Yeah,
I'm not picking it back up. Uh, I'm excited because it's getting rave reviews.
bro. I'm excited. Like, my Star Wars journey is still continuing.
Yes.
The more and more I get into like this specific time period, it's so cool, man. Like there's a lot that happened in these 18 years between episode 3 and episode 4, and God,
Yeah.
this
I mean, and
one of
all this is canon too. So
yeah.
um I'm excited because I really want to know, we know that this other Jedi is from way before. And so we're gonna get a little bit of that story too, which is gonna
Oh, okay, I see what you're talking about.
yeah, the antagonist in this game
Yeah,
is
yeah.
another Jedi.
No, no, I got that. I'm sorry. When
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about the main character for a second, that's why
No, 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 no. Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I don't think he. I was like, I think he's like 25, but
No, yeah.
very cool.
And then um you know, the biggest thing is they said that they throw you in like Cal has his powers and everything. It's not like he forgets again, which
Yeah,
I'm so for.
I like that. I remember.
I'm so do not try to teach me how to play the game again.
Yeah, there was a game. It's called Infamous. You remember that game for PS?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So when that joint came out, I remember I was super excited for it, or Infamous Two rather. I was like,
Mhm.
oh, you're gonna. They said you're gonna be a superhero, so you don't have to relearn everything you had in the first game. And I mean, for the most part, it was true, but you definitely lost a lot of your power. So yeah,
Yeah.
you know,
I don't like that. I don't like that idea. And I like that instead of making you relearn all your force powers, you get to learn how to fight four different fighting
yeah,
styles.
exactly. That's the thing. You learn more, so that's cool.
That's dope.
Yeah, man. I
Because
like it.
he's learning. It's funny. It's like all of these outside characters outside of the Jedi Order are all learning basically on their own.
Hmm.
And like that's this continuous story of how the Jedis that were separated. So it's not just Cal, like there's a lot of other Jedis out there that are training themselves. I'm excited to see just like what they're gonna do with this, especially because they said that it's canon, which means we're gonna see way more of these characters. And yeah, I'm I'm here for it.
Yeah, same here, man. Yeah. So I mean, that's gonna be.
So are you going in? Are you gonna take off?
I don't know if I'm gonna take all. I actually forgot I'm traveling, so I wish that.
Oh yeah, you're gonna be in Boston, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, all right, yeah, man. So that's my giant. But I mean, I'm playing Life is Strange on the Switch, which that could be a whole nother discussion. That game is incredible. One of the best stories I've played. But
The first one?
I'm playing the latest one, After Colors.
Ah,
Or
okay.
is it After Color or something Colors? I forget. But the
Yeah.
game is very fun. But all right, yeah, man. Let's get to our main topic here, bro. Movies. So
Ooh.
CinemaCon this week. It is for those who don't know, CinemaCon is basically the Comic Con for movies.
Hmm.
Film insiders, like film studios, come together with movie theater executives to show off the wares, essentially, and basically show what's coming down the pipeline. And there's a bunch of previews. There's a bunch of talk about upcoming projects. They even show full movies here that haven't come out yet, so that the movie theater insiders have an idea of what's going on. It started off small. Now it's pretty big. I think there are 80 different studios and movie theater chains that attend.
Right.
Unfortunately, it's not open to the public. So all the news we get comes from journalists. All of it. We can't buy tickets to go, so we have to rely on the news that we hear coming out. And that's what we're going to talk about, man. So I want to start with let's start with Disney. They're still going on at the time of this recording because Disney is showing a movie right now. Then we have Universal's, but I do want to. There's a bunch that came out that I'm excited to hear your thoughts about. I'll start with Disney's because they're the shortest. I think they basically said we're here for a participation trophy
Right.
because they got D23 right. So the first thing that I want to talk about, and I'm going to try to skip over the major things that we're going to talk about anyway, like just naturally because of our channel. But so Alien, did you know there was an Alien reboot coming out? Or I think it's reboot sequel. It's called Alien Romulus.
Why?
I don't know, man. I
The Promethean movies were enough,
they weren't good.
but they were enough.
Okay, felt like so my thing is after Alien 3, which I know a lot of people didn't like.
Yeah.
I didn't care about the franchise at all. Like I didn't like Prometheus. I didn't even care about Prometheus. I definitely didn't care about whatever the sequel to Prometheus was. I forget its name, but the whole Michael Fassbender saga, I thought was stupid. But this one, I mean, it's a fresh take on the people.
But
The Go ahead.
why? It's just it's a cool story, and it was a cool story for the time because it really like pushed the sci-fi space element in that era. But do we really need to revisit that story again?
So I was looking up the dude's name. The one reason I'm excited about it, or I'm hopeful for it, is because of the director. It's his name is it's Fede Alvarez. He is behind Evil Dead 2013
Okay.
and the first Don't Breathe. Now the first Don't Breathe, I don't know if you've seen it. I think that is a fantastic film. It takes place all in one location in a house, and it's really good. Now the Evil Dead 2013, I mean,
Is Don't Breathe the one where it's the girl in the house and it's like in the woods?
no, it's not in the woods. It's in Detroit.
It's in Detroit.
The girl's in the house. The dude who she's hiding from is blind.
Oh, it's played by what's the actor's name? Gosh, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, I think it's the same actor who plays the bad guy in Avatar, but I have to remember it.
Yes, it is. It is.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that changed. I really like that one. There's a second one I heard wasn't very good, but the first one was great. And this dude directed it. And I think there's going to be more of a focus on bringing it back to like the xenomorphs and why they're terrifying. And I think that's where Prometheus failed. There was way too much emphasis on other stuff and just a bunch of exposition that we didn't care about. So
Hmm.
I think that might be all right. What else did they announce here, bro? We saw Guardians. Me and you are going to see that next week.
Yep.
Um, the Marvels, all they did was literally show the trailer that's already out online.
It's like what?
Um, Same thing. It had some stuff for that movie Elemental. It's the Pixar movie it's about the girl who's like made of fire
Yeah, and
dating
she's
that
dating
dude.
the guy made of water.
Yeah, now I know there's social commentary here, and I don't care about social commentary. I just think the movie itself just looks dumb to me personally. Like it looks like a dumb movie. Social commentary aside, I don't know, man. Pixar, I know Illumination's really been. Like we said during the Super Mario movie, other movie studios have definitely caught up to Pixar,
Yeah.
and I mean, it might be to the point where they're starting to pass on. Disney's gonna have to do something, bro.
Nah.
They had that, and then they showed slides, or I guess screens for a movie called Wish, another animated feature. It's gonna
I
start.
didn't so I didn't even see that when you sent me the article.
Yeah, it's not. They are literally just showed like character designs for two characters, and the movie's about a city where wishes literally come true. literally what you wish for happens. So we'll see.
When
Maybe when
you
there's a
wish
trailer.
upon a star. Yeah, is that what it's gonna be?
Um, they had Haunted Mansion, which is you've been to Disney World, right?
Hmm.
It's based on the, I guess, I don't want to say ride.
Have I been to Disney World?
Well, it's 4 parks. I don't know if you've been to that part of the park.
I've been to every part. I've been to Disney World in the last 4 years, probably 7 times, 6 or 7, 6 times, I think.
Yeah, I still haven't gone to Animal Kingdom.
Animal Kingdom. I've been to Animal Kingdom once within that time frame, but I've been to Hollywood and Magic Kingdom every single time.
Yeah, Hollywood's the other one. I've only gone to Epcot's the one with the golf ball, right?
Yes.
I've been to that one, and I've been to Magic Kingdom. I haven't been to the other two, bro. It's just
Yeah.
it's a lot.
No, Haunted Mansion is great, man. It's one of my
Yes,
favorite rides.
they got a movie. Lakeith Stanfield stars in it.
Yeah. You know
There's
they
a
tried with
lot of
Eddie
stars
Murphy.
in it, huh?
So they already tried with Eddie Murphy. Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently, like it's just gonna be. It's based on the ride, so we'll see how it goes. And I think they just showed a preview that has not been released yet to the public about it. Uh then they had the Little Mermaid. So listen, they showed the Little Mermaid. I don't know if you've seen their new character posters that came out for it.
Yeah.
I am so conflicted for this movie, Jovi, because on one hand, I really like Chloe and Halle, and I want to support them, especially because it's the Black Mermaid. But on
Right.
the other hand, you know how I feel about these Disney remakes, bro. I can't stand them. I think they're useless and stupid. And Mulan was literally the last straw. Like it's not going to be as good as the cartoon one. So
Yeah. Um. So growing up, Little Mermaid wasn't like the movie that I watched, or it was Lion King, Beauty and the Beast,
and
and Snow White. Like those were the three that I definitely would watch over and over again.
Snow White.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, all right.
Seven Dwarfs.
Oh, you're
Um.
right. Okay. I'm thinking Sleeping Beauty, but I got you.
No. Yeah. No. So Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. So like for me, I was like, cool. It's a cool movie. The nostalgia is not there. Like I refuse to watch the Beauty and the Beast movie, and I refuse to watch the Lion King. I have not seen either
The
of them.
Lion King was the worst. It was
Um,
if Mulan didn't exist, Lion King would be the worst because it's literally
Mulan.
just a shot.
Yeah, the Mulan joint was Mulan. Was definitely was another one that was played a lot in the house. But for Little Mermaid, it's like yeah, it was there. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't have that connection to like say I don't want to go see this.
Oh, okay, then we different, bro. I saw.
But I'm going to go see it. Like, but because one, my wife loves The Little Mermaid. It's between that or Beauty and the Beast as her favorite movies.
Okay,
So we're gonna go see it. That's gonna be a date night. We're gonna knock that one out. I already got the tickets for that. So we'll see.
all
We'll
right, bro.
see.
I mean,
I'm open because again I don't have that connection. I've seen it, of course. I've seen it a few times. Um, I grew up with plenty of cousins that just loved every Disney movie, but I just don't know. It doesn't.
I
I
just
just want it to be good because the story itself is not my one of my favorite
yeah, I
stories
don't like
either.
the story at all. I think it's dumb.
Yeah,
I think it's real dumb.
and then when you know the real story, it really disturbs you.
You said what?
I said when you know the real story, it really disturbs you,
Oh
like
yeah,
what they stole it from.
yeah. The because I mean all those stories are actually pretty tragic, bro.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and yeah, I don't like any of the character designs. I don't like Flounder. I don't like Sebastian. The only one I like is
Sebastian looks stupid.
you said who?
So Sebastian looks
Yeah,
so
it looks dumb.
stupid.
But I mean, yeah, that's coming out in this month or next month. I think in May.
Yep.
All right. Then the last two things that they showed some more footage for Indiana Jones: Dial of Destiny, which Harrison Ford said will be his last Indiana Jones movie.
He said
Well,
that would
did you?
trip us all.
Were you a fan of that franchise when you were?
Yeah, I've seen all of them. Not serious, seen all of them too.
I actually haven't seen. There's one where his dad comes. I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, yeah. And
Uh,
he calls him Junior the whole time.
uh,
Junior. It's Sean Connery. He's like Junior. Ugh. The entire film.
okay. But yeah, I'll probably do a rewatch because I remember I liked the first one.
I have them on Blu-ray. You can grab them
I
when
know,
next time
yeah.
you come over.
because I liked the first one and the second one, and I know I didn't like the one with Shia LaBeouf, but
That one was interesting because the story was really weird, but I liked the only thing I liked about it was they tried to make it look like the time, right? You know, like it looked old. It felt old,
mm,
and it was cool that a movie that came out around that time could make that feeling again. And even like the backgrounds look so fake, but that's what movies look like back then, right? You know, it's just like they were able to mimic it but still make it a modern film, uh, but it wasn't a good film.
and like, and that's and what's crazy is I saw that one before I saw the second one. So the only one I had seen when I at that time was the first one.
Oh,
To the
okay.
theaters to see Crystal Skull.
Crystal Skull,
I
yeah.
was like, "Yo, this movie is really bad." And I remember this was a while ago, so I was like young, and I just recognized like this movie is really bad.
Huh.
Like, and I think if I tried to watch, I remember it vividly, so I know like it wasn't just me, just like being bored. There weren't explosions, or it just wasn't. It was a bad movie. So,
We watched it, so everything just naturally it's been happening as Nasir gets older. Like I'm watching all the stuff that I loved as a kid,
yeah,
and like once we got to that one, it was just like, yeah, this is not
not
on the
good.
same like caliber as the original films.
Yeah, bro.
Even the third one, you're just gonna be like, okay,
I
yeah, it's
was
it's it's very it's extra as hell. Like first two, classic. The third one, excuse me, it's just super extra. And it was that time in film where I feel like it had to be more spectacle
mm.
than just good writing. So it's
And
it's a very interesting when you watch them to like see how time changes.
no, the thing, like, because the first one, like it definitely, I liked it. It definitely wasn't because of the action. It's definitely the story that drove it for me.
Yeah,
So, like that,
yeah.
that's interesting. All right, that's cool. The last thing I want to talk about with this Disney one that they just did, there is a movie called A Haunting in Venice, and I wish you had seen the trailer because the
Oh
trailer
wow.
is basically it starts out with like this, like there's a haunting, and there are all these celebrities that you recognize in this house, and it looks like something supernatural is going on, and it's going crazy. Then all of a sudden, you see Hercule Poirot just show up, the man from Murder on the Orient Express and
Mm,
Death
mhm.
on the Nile, which we just saw. And then when I saw him, I was like, wait a minute. This is another, detective story or whatever, right?
Right.
And then, instantly it just made sense because the scenery, remember, like from Death on the Nile, the scenery looked beautiful in this trailer. It was
Yes.
like another painting or whatever. But I didn't remember this story, and I know all of his stories. And then I read the synopsis, and apparently it's based on another Agatha Christie, sorry, novel that I've never read before. But yeah, this is the sequel to those first two movies that they're doing, which I think we talked about it. I liked the first one a lot. I could actually watch it again. I liked the second one when me and you saw it, but
Right.
I don't think I could watch it again. Like, I mean, just because I already know what happens, like, it's not a movie where I'm going to be excited
Yeah.
to see it.
Nah. First one, A1. Second one is very, very B tier. It's like it again, if the conclusion was awesome. The surprise,
Yeah,
even
yeah,
though
yeah. That's what.
for us, it's just like we know movies and we like mysteries and we like that kind of stuff. So
Yeah,
it's just like you can already see it going that direction, but it is a very good surprise.
yeah.
Right.
Very good surprise. I agree. Couldn't understand it more.
Yeah.
All right, man. But I mean, then Disney wrapped.
I'm here for that. I mean, I'm in there.
Yeah,
All
no, I'm gonna watch it. I'm going especially because this one, it's like you don't like, you don't know where we're going. Like, is something actually? I mean, he's probably gonna solve it and be like, someone's just playing around with all these people. But like,
It's like a
he was looking freaked
Scooby-Doo
out in the
story.
trailer, so we'll see.
The mystery machine. Where's the
Right, perfect. All right, cool, man. So then let's go. Let's start talking about Sony. Sony had a lot to say up there. I think they started it off, yo. Uh, all right, bro. Let's get into it. They had a lot of announcements. I mean, so first they announced Bad Boys 4. You saw the third one, right?
I did see the third one.
So here's the thing: the third one I thought was an enjoyable popcorn movie. Honestly, if you told me to tell you the story, I don't remember anything outside of the last 10 minutes. I know it was good action, but it's just
Last 10 minutes was them in that castle, right?
yeah, the castle where he had to fight his son, Mike, or
Yeah.
Will Smith had to fight his son. So I mean, the thing is, it's a good action movie. Mike Lowry, he was the man back in the '90s. But today, one lone Miami detective or whatever. I mean, there's a lot of cooler people to be watching, honestly. So I
Right.
mean, I'll probably end up seeing it. I love me some Martin Lawrence. I think he's hilarious. I'm very happy he got his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame recently.
Yo, did you know you have to pay for those? It's like 50 grand, which is not a lot for them. And then you have to pay for the maintenance for the rest of the time it's there.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm happy for him regardless, but I just
I
had
didn't
to.
know you had to. That's a lot. I'm sorry.
I needed everyone that watches our content to know. Yeah,
You have
you
to
have to
pay
pay.
for your Hollywood star. I thought they just
It,
gave it to you. So if
yeah,
they
you have,
say, "Hey, you have it," and then what if you broke?
yeah, and you have to maintain it. And I guess when they broke Trump's, I think he had to like replace it.
So what happens when you die?
Your estate,
Oh, that's wild, bro. That's really wild. Okay. Uh,
or you just got a dirty star.
yeah. Okay. Because that's crazy to me. But yeah, man, Bad Boys 5, I think they said they are a month into production at this point, or a month into filming, I should say, at this point. So should be coming out soon. We'll keep an eye on that one.
I'm torn
Why?
because one was a classic, two was just absolutely amazing film.
Yeah, I love two. That's my favorite one.
Yeah,
And three came out so much later after that.
three came out so much later, and then like with four, I would have preferred four coming out 2 years after three,
Oh yeah,
and instead of now us waiting again, and all the stuff with Will Smith and Martin Lawrence just getting old. It's
yeah.
just like
Yeah,
he looks like he's aging way faster than Will, but
yeah.
different stardom, different life, different different everything. It's
Funny, they were both, comedy. That's what we watched when we was kids, bro. I
that's
always
true.
thought that Martin, even though I think Fresh Prince is a funnier show, I always thought Martin was a funnier character.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Now the Fresh Prince was I think even a more dynamic show too because it had more messaging behind it.
yeah, that's
The writing was a lot different. Martin was just funny.
yeah.
Like every episode is funny.
Bro.
But yeah, I'd say that's all I have to say. It's not like I'm not going to see it. Y'all know I will talk trash about something. I'm going to be there.
Yeah, we're probably gonna see everything.
Yeah.
Then real quick, another movie they announced. They're making a GameStop movie, but not a movie you would think. Not about.
Yes.
It's about back. I think it was just a year or two ago, when when the Wall Street
Dude, it's almost 3 years ago.
was it 2020?
Yeah, it happened in the beginning of COVID.
No, 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 no. It wasn't the beginning, was it? I remember we were definitely working from home. Oh, you
Yeah.
know what? It might have been. Yeah, so it might have been 20. Yeah, you're right. But anyway, it was back when GameStop, they're doing really badly, and I think they're still about to go out of business if they haven't already.
Which is ridiculous because Microsoft bought a huge chunk of them
Yeah,
and have not done anything with it.
yeah, but that's true. But I don't like GameStop for a whole other reason we can get into, so I don't really care if they go out of business. But anyway, this movie, it's not about like the formation or anything. It's basically about that time in 2020, 2021 when there were people who realized that like GameStop stock was going down. So a
Yep.
bunch of them just started buying it,
Yep.
and increasing the price, basically, showing how
And
easy to
it
manipulate
made it
Wall Street.
skyrocket.
Yeah, there was a Reddit group. It was called Wall Street Bets. They did it with GameStop, with Nextel, uh, oof, and there were a bunch of others that I off the top of my head I can't remember. But yeah, this is about them. The movie's going to be about Paul Dano, our guy from we saw in Batman, the Riddler. He's going to be playing I guess the Redditor, but I think he's a YouTuber in this movie who basically starts the whole thing, who basically starts the Wall Street Bets and helps GameStop's stock jump through the roof. So that's what the movie's going to be about. I kind of like movies like that. Like The Big Short.
Yes,
I like movies like that. I mean, if this is in the same vein, which it sounds like, I think it could be a good time.
it's gonna be interesting. It's funny that something went in production so fast. It's 2023,
Yeah.
which means they filmed this movie at least a year ago. So like it
Well,
was.
I don't know if it's already been filmed.
Oh, it's just not it. Oh, so that's just they're just announcing
They're
it.
just announcing it.
Okay, yeah.
There's a movie you're interested in. That's why I'm talking about it. Insidious. The fifth chapter is coming out.
Yes,
Yeah, I don't watch these movies. I know you.
yes. We talked about this. What was it? Monday?
No, it was last week. It wasn't Monday.
It was Monday. We were. I think. Yeah, we were in the theater.
We weren't. We did not go to the. Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. It was.
Polite Society.
Yeah, yeah. For polite.
So when we were walking to go see Polite Society, there was a poster for Insidious, and I was like, "Yeah, I really like these films. I don't like these films. I like the films because they're scary. I like the way they're filmed. They have these. I don't know the shots. Just the way certain things are like shot. I think it was the second one where it's a character. It's like one of the demons is like in the corner of a room, and it's by far my favorite, one of my favorite cinematic shots because it's terrifying, but at the same time it looks so cool, like the reds in
Is he
that.
like he's not the focal point of the shot, is he?
Yeah, no,
Yeah, I like things like that. Like in that show
yeah,
Haunting of Hill House that scared you. There's
yeah,
things like that. Like part of the scare is like there's stuff in the background with the director and DP. They trust you to see without putting it directly in your face.
right,
That
right.
that type of shit is scary to me.
Man, I just got goosebumps just thinking about that damn Hill House show. Yeah, that joint did not. I did not. I like scary stuff. That show was creepy, man.
Yeah, man. Yes, I do.
But yeah, that's why I like the Insidious films. Not because they're like ridiculously scary. It's just shot well. Yeah, they're really shot well. Like it's fun. It's more fun than scary for me.
Okay.
And it's pretty funny watching it like a group of people. Shout out to Maurice Starks. He used to throw these movie nights and we would watch scary movies and people would just be all on the couch scared, people jumping. It was hilarious. And then we're just sitting there just laughing and enjoying the film.
Oh yeah, no, I definitely like I don't like movies like that, bro. Like that joint.
Small couch reviews. We will never have a scary movie review.
Yeah, you can pass me with that joint. Yeah, like that joint. That one I'm gonna pass on. What else do they talk about here, bro? Well, Spider Verse, which I'm not gonna get into because we're gonna talk about that when it comes out.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Uh, they're making a Gran Turismo movie.
Yes.
So
With
it
some
is,
really great actors.
yeah, it's not. It has the dude from Stranger Things, David Harbour, stars in it, and it's not like about like the game. So apparently, there's a guy or a kid who plays Gran Turismo in the game who's very good at it. So he wins a chance to actually go on a track and race against other people. Um, I don't like when I heard that. I was like, I don't know how this sounds, but we'll see. Video game movie. I know Need for Speed wasn't that great, but we'll see.
Right.
I know Gran Turismo is like I said. Before the days of Forza, that like ruled the planet in terms of the racing simulation game.
Oh yeah.
And I think even today, it has a massive amounts of fans. But I think we've
It
talked about it before.
it had, yeah, it was before they messed up their licensing thing.
Hmm.
It was by far still the greatest game. Like Forza is really fun. Forza works. It's not a simulator it by any means. If you really ask a real like simulating person, they say Gran Turismo is closer.
No, that's what I
Um,
was about to say. Gran Turismo is just—it's like you're actually driving a car,
yeah,
whereas Forza is more just it's more fun. I,
it is. It is.
I prefer,
I would say so personally. Forza is a better game,
yeah, I
but I'm not
agree.
saying it's a better simulator. Right? It's like this.
Words up my mouth. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think
Um,
it's a much better game. But I do think,
but yeah, Gran Turismo, and now that they got their licenses back and the new VR,
yeah, bro, like, and that's
VR two,
is
it
beautiful,
looks
bro.
crazy. Like they let people that work for IGN go in that like own GTRs and stuff like that, and they're like, it felt like they were in their car.
Oh man,
So like that is the next. That's what puts them at this high level. Yeah, that's it. That's all. I want to see it just because I love, I love cars.
love
So
cars, yeah, man. We'll see. Hopefully, when the trailer comes out, we can I can see what it's about. The next thing they announced, they already said they think is gonna get like Oscar nods. It's a Napoleon movie about Napoleon Bonaparte, played by Joaquin Phoenix. Who
Yes.
I mean, he just the dude is like, if he's not the best actor, he's one of the best. Like the dude, like really commits to his role. So
Yeah.
about the life of Napoleon, and yeah,
I saw his name. I was like, hey, it's gonna sell. It's gonna be great. It's He doesn't do projects that aren't good. So you can't name you really can't name one. A what
if I look through his like filmography, I'd have to think about it.
right.
I can't think of one off the top of my head, but yeah, okay,
Right.
that's true. Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, I'm gonna see that. Like, I mean, just because it looks like I mean, I like the life of Napoleon's actually quite interesting to me. This dude who came from nowhere and became like the most powerful dude on the planet. So
Right. And he was little.
yeah, yes, notorious for that. Then I didn't know this. There's a third Equalizer movie coming out starring Denzel.
I don't so fun fact, y'all, I'm not a fan of the Equalizer franchise.
What? Wow, bro. How did I not know this about you?
It's not that they're horrible movies, it's the fact that people size them and make them bigger than what they are. People make the Equalizer seem like they're John Wick films.
That's if people do that, then that's
And like, I mean, it's even just coming strictly from our community too. Oh, that movie was amazing. No, it wasn't. It wasn't amazing. It was good and it had action. You're only saying it's amazing because it has action all the way through.
yeah.
The
So
Equalizer's story is not that great.
no, so I will say this. I think the story of the first one is a lot more compelling to me than the
Yeah.
second. I think the second one was pretty mid. If that's that's how I describe it.
I didn't The second one didn't do it for me, and I feel like that's why I say franchise. I don't like the franchise
Yeah.
because it just didn't do you tried to replicate. I mean, we've had this discussion even with John Wick. If you don't feel for John Wick, right?
Hmm.
You're not going to enjoy the story. Like you're not going to have that same like you want John to win.
Yeah.
I don't care about like this character, right? Denzel's an amazing actor, top 10 in my opinion.
Yeah.
But this character for a third film?
Yeah, him and the same director coming back, bro. It's a big deal because he's never done sequels. Now he's doing two sequels. So
Yeah, I mean, for this, it's like, yeah, do it because John Wick made a shitload of money. We need to bring our character that is like John Wick so that we can make the same. That's what I feel like the studio was like. Hey, let's bring back the Equalizer. Look how good John Wick just did.
yeah, I mean, look, I mean, I don't know. I don't know that I don't have the numbers. I can't imagine the second one did as good as the first one because it was nowhere near as good. But maybe the numbers justify it. But I mean,
Yeah.
I'm gonna see the third one. I
All
am.
right, so I'll see it with you. I'm not looking forward to it, to say the least.
All right. Let's see. All right. There's two more things I want to talk about. First off, so they announced Ghostbusters Afterlife Part Two. Did you see this? You saw Ghostbusters Afterlife?
Yeah, I liked it. I liked it a lot.
I thought it was a lot better than I thought it was going to be.
It was a damn good film. I was surprised. I was genuinely surprised. If I mean anybody that really knows my family, like we were an 80s movie family. Like we watched the shit out of some 80s films and Ghostbusters was watched every week in our house.
No, the first
So
and
it was
second one.
huh?
The first and second one.
First and second one, man. We watched. My brother Terrell is the Ghostbusters fan. He can tell you lore that you need to know exists. But we watched it so much, so when this new one came out, it's like there's no way that you can hit like that same nostalgia. And it was like you didn't hit the same nostalgia, but you made it modern, and
Oh yeah,
you made it modern well.
that's what I hear from a lot. It's like admittedly, I'm not a huge Ghostbusters fan.
Right.
Like I watched them when they came on TV, and I think they're okay movies. But like people who are like into it that I talk to, they're like, "Wow, this was." so much better than I thought. Like I think they lost face after the 2016 version.
Oh, bro, that joint never happened.
Oh,
It
okay.
never happened, and they have their own cinematic universe too. So they're saying like that never happened
Okay.
in this universe with this that last film. That that one that never happened. Just like we don't talk about Ninja Turtles 3. You know, it's just
Well,
these movies never happen. Okay,
I got you. I got you. Got you. They never happened. All right.
Thor, Dark World. You know, these movies never happen. We just
Yeah, Thor: Dark World. Uh, I mean, well, yeah, that's bad. That's actually that was a really bad one.
right.
And you
So
know,
these are things that
Bio Broly never happened either. We don't talk about that one.
right.
But all right, yeah, man. So yeah, they just announced that all the same cast is coming back. I think they said Paul Rudd is going to be an actual Ghostbuster in this one. So
Yeah, and they're going to be in New York, which is dope
yeah,
because modern New York. That's a cool concept. I'd be excited to see if they introduce those characters from the cartoon series that we grew up on,
hmm,
the new Ghostbusters one.
yep, I know exactly. I remember that cartoon.
That would be really cool to see them. And then shit, that could be the third film.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah, I'm with you.
I'm here for it.
Yeah, man. Last thing I want to talk about. This was the big news that came out. That was in all my group chats. Craven the Hunter is getting his own movie, and it's going to be rated R.
Oh yeah,
Going to
I'm
be
here for
starring
it.
Aaron Taylor Johnson. Uh,
Yeah,
so here's the
Kick
thing.
Ass, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
here's the thing. You said you're here for it. I would probably watch this movie too, but I have a significant problem with this film. It is that one, they also announced Rhino is going to be in it,
Yes,
and they say Rhino essentially at Cinemacon they showed a clip of him where he injects himself and becomes a rhino.
it becomes a Rhino. Yeah,
That's very stupid to me.
yeah.
Number two, I hate that this movie is rated R, but Carnage was not rated R or Morbius. Like now, the fact Craven, I know he's a hunter,
Yes.
kills people obviously, and I mean he hunts animals. So I mean, there's going to be blood, and apparently there's a lot of it from what they saw at the preview. But it seems like Sony's kind of I don't know pandering a little bit because there's such a backlash to Morbius not having any blood that they're like, well, you know what? Let's
Well, let's fill the whole film up
yeah.
with blood.
And you know they haven't without Marvel's help with these comic book movies, they really haven't gained my trust back. So I don't know if it's actually going to be good. Um, and I again, I don't like that this movie they just came out and said it's rated R. Oh, okay. I thought we had a connection problem. I don't like that they came out and said, "Oh, it's rated R. It's going to be super bloody. You're going to love it." I don't know about that, bro. I don't know. I just this was not the one. You should have done it with Carnage. You definitely should have done it with Morbius.
Oh
And
hell yeah.
now it seems like I said, like you're basically just giving into pressure and you're trying to make a movie that you think fans will like instead of making a movie that you think will be good. So that's my thing. I don't think I'm gonna like it just based on history, but we'll see.
And isn't Craven Hispanic?
He's not. I don't know. He's Russian, isn't he?
He's Russian. I don't
He wasn't
remember.
one of the villains I actually liked a lot. I feel like he had a Russian accent in the 1994 cartoon
He did.
because
He
his
did.
name's Kravenov, right?
Yes, and he just looks. He looked Hispanic to me.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
He's just
Well,
so
I
I'm interested to see, man. Like after Bullet Train, I'm like, hell, I like this. I like this kid.
no, I like the actor a lot.
Yeah,
I don't know if I like them. I mean, I like Tom Hardy a lot, but I hated his movie. So I mean, I don't know what to tell you, bro. It seems like they're just building. You know, they're building out Spider-Man's villains to be
yeah,
anti-heroes.
bro. We've been talking about that privately before we even made this channel for years.
Yeah,
They are literally going to make all the villain movies.
yeah, that's stupid to me, bro. I'm sorry.
Yeah, there's no.
Because they're
There,
not they're evil for. Whereas Venom being an anti-hero, I get, but Morbius, I guess maybe because Morbius wasn't all that. But I mean, at a certain point, like these people are villains, bro. Like they're villains. Like they're part of Sinister Six for a reason. So
right. It's like, are you ever going to fight Spider Man?
I don't think. I think the answer to that is no. I think that's why they're doing this. But Yeah, that was the major stuff out of Sony, man. And let's see if we can do a speed round of DC, or I should say Warner Brothers. So Warner Brothers came out, and Zaslav, the Discovery guy who took over. Yeah, I don't something about dude. The dude just rubs me the wrong way, bro.
Yeah, I
He
don't
came
like him.
out, and like I said, it's he came out to and the audience is comprised of a bunch of people who like own movie theaters, right? He came out talking about we're committed to the theater experience. Movies going straight to streaming is not a good idea. We're not going to do that. We're focused on people going to the theaters and stuff. And it's just every time I see that, or I see commercials where it says only in theaters,
Yeah,
you feel like a shot at people who like to stream. Like I
right,
like streaming stuff from my house. I think it's a great way to watch film, and a
right.
lot of good things, or film or TV, and a lot of good things come out on streaming. So, like, I don't know. It grinds my
I
gears,
agree.
I guess.
I don't like the verbiage. I don't like the wording. I don't like the way that you're putting down streaming.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like if it wasn't for streaming, a lot of these companies would have died during the pandemic. So it's like,
Word up.
come on, man.
I mean, I get that they're trying to save their business and their in the theaters, and the theaters are having an investment in this and all that. And I think you know obviously you'll probably make more money if you go to the theater and sell DVDs or whatever and sell your streaming rights later. But the fact that like I mean, there's so many things that go straight to streaming that like are fantastic.
Right.
Yeah, I mean,
It's gone are the days where straight to streaming is are crappy movies.
right, exactly. Like so I don't get the sentiment, but that's literally how he started his presentation. Which I didn't like that. So let's see what we got to talk about here. They showed a so what they did a big, I guess, like montage where they went through a bunch of clips of stuff, but they didn't show full like I guess footage for everything.
Yeah,
Some of the clips you got Beetlejuice 2 is happening with Michael Keaton.
I'm here for it.
I'm here for that. Furiosa, the Mad Max prequel movie
Oh,
starring
oh,
Anya Taylor Joy. Apparently, Anya Taylor Joy looks just like Charlize Theron did, with her hair shaved. And
what? I just got goosebumps. Y'all, I love the Mad Max series. Like,
you like the whole series?
I like Mad Max. Man, Mad Max.
So I tried to watch the very first one with Mel Gibson,
Yeah,
and it was too slow for me. Then
it's
I tried
really
to watch,
slow, but I was like, think about the time.
yeah, Deborah. I'm just, I like, yeah,
Yeah,
I think like the first 20 minutes, I don't think he says a word. I was like, I don't care.
he doesn't.
Yeah, and then I think I watched the third one. It's called Thunderdome. I think
Hmm.
it was a little cheesy for me.
Thunderdome is the most. That's probably like the most famous one, and it is super cheesy. It's super 80s, like
Yeah.
super, like it is. Yeah, that one is very, 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 very.
Maybe I can. Maybe because I've learned more patience with films, I could give it a rewatch. Because I do the recent one with Tom Hardy and Charlize Theron. I didn't care for the story at all, but I thought like the practical effects were great.
Oh man, it looks
I mean, the
amazing.
entire movie was just a car chase where they went one way, then turned around and came back. But
Yeah,
the practical effects were great, so I dig that. So
no, you gotta do no rewatching those old ones is definitely.
yeah, I'll add that. That and Indiana Jones. I'm doing both. Then we got yeah. There's a new Final Destination movie coming out. And I know this movie has a massive fan base, but I thought the last Final Destination was the Final Destination. I literally remember sitting in the theater and I was with one of my friends and he got and like the thing came on that said like the Final Destination. And he's like, watch this. In a couple years, you're gonna be like, no, wait, really, we mean it this time. This is the final one. Like, yeah, how many times is it gonna be a Final Destination?
It's it. I think because of the title, it's kind of this funny thing where they can just keep doing this.
Yeah, I
They can
really
just
thought it
keep
was gonna
doing.
be done.
It's gonna be 30 years from now. We're gonna get another one.
Yeah, I
We're gonna be in our 60s and we're gonna be like, what the hell? What?
the thing for me is because you know the formula of this movie. Like the first two, I thought were pretty good because they kind of lined up with each other.
Yeah.
Because you know the formula, it's like if anybody lives, it's going to be one of the two main leads. And I mean, like I don't know. I guess there's fun in watching how the deaths happen in these movies. Maybe that's where the fun comes from. But I feel like the ending is pretty much spoiled. It's either everyone's gonna die or only one of these people are gonna live,
Yeah.
and that's it. So, but yeah, we got that. Then James Gunn came out to announce a bunch of or to talk about movies we already know about. So I'm gonna skip over that because we'll talk about those movies when they come out. Let's see. We got Barbie. This movie is massive, bro. Like they got the people from people who made the Batmobile and the Batman movie are making the cars in this. You see, it's a star-studded cast. We got new character posters. When I heard
Everybody's
about
in this
this
movie.
movie, I was like, "This is dumb." But Jovina is, I have to see it. Like, I have to see it.
And it's only 100. It's only 140 minutes long. It's a short movie.
140 minutes.
140 minutes or hour 40. I mean, shoot,
Oh,
hour.
okay. I was like, wait a minute, that's not short. But I
No, no,
got
hour
you.
40. Yeah, it's an hour 40.
Yeah, I gotta see it. I just got to. Like,
Yeah.
I'm convinced now.
I
I'm
don't know
going to
why
watch
I said 140. Jeez, I'm tired.
it. Then we got. They're making. Did you watch that movie, The Meg, starring Jason Statham, about the giant shark?
No, hell
It
no.
was. I think it was a U.S. and China. Um, they came together to make the movie. The word escapes me right now, but they came together to make it. I actually watched it in theater. I watched it at Beltway Plaza, bro. I remember it specifically. I don't know why I was there. It was random.
2018.
Yeah, I watched it, and it was a popcorn flick. Like the movie's ridiculous. He fights a giant shark, and in this one, he comes back to fight a giant shark. There's a scene where a shark eats a Tyrannosaurus Rex. Like it's just, and then he's on a jet ski about to fight a shark with a sword. It's a crazy movie. And I'm actually shocked it got a sequel. So I didn't think the
Right.
first one did well enough.
Right.
Let's see. We got
It made 530.2 million.
$500 million, and that's actually a lot more than I thought it did. But its budget was pretty big.
That's hilarious.
Let me see what else we got here. Willy Wonka. There's one thing I want to tell you about Willy Wonka. They showed a new trailer and footage. So it's a prequel starring Timothy Chalamet from Dune, which was also shown here. Uh, in the film, he's basically, so they say it's like a 7-year journey about him trying to discover or to create, like good tasting chocolate, right? And he's doing so because he's competing against the reigning, like, I guess the people who run the business that day, the chocolate cartel.
The Chocolate Cartel.
Yes. So Willy Wonka will be going up against the chocolate cartel in this film. And it shows how he meets an Oompa Loompa who is played by Hugh Grant. So yeah, full on origin story, bro.
Up here for it. I like it.
I like, I liked the book when I was a child. I definitely liked the movie, and I think he rocks the fit very well. So I think that's one that as we hear more about it, we'll get more excited about it. They also talk about a second movie, Dune 2. Don't need to say much about that. Dune 2 is coming out. We're gonna watch
Yeah,
it.
we're gonna watch it.
They talked about the Conjuring universe. Do you watch those movies?
Yes, also filmed great.
Yeah. So there's a fourth Conjuring coming out. There's a TV series coming out, and they're making a Nun 2, which brings back the Valdec.
Yeah.
Now, I think the Valdec was I guess, the entity in the second Conjuring movie. That's the only one I watched.
Okay.
So it had to be. And then I know the Nun came out, which looked scary, but I heard the reviews on that movie were brutal. I heard the movie was not good.
The
But they're
Nun,
bringing it
the
back
scariest scene in the Nun was like it's like this one part where you see her under the house, and then like she's in the room like in the next scene, and like I can visualize it because I was just kind of like, that was supposed to scare us. and and
and
I
it,
was like, I was kind of shocked, but I'm not scared at all. She's just scary looking. It's not like a yeah.
I feel
I
you.
wasn't a big fan of that, but The Conjuring, yeah. Talk about that. That is not filmed to do the same thing we were talking about. That is filmed because the camera in majority of the movies are like all one shotted.
Okay.
So it's like these really good like continuous pans in one each scene, and it's done very well.
All right, that's what's up, bro.
Yeah. And then when scary shit happens, you're like, damn, how did y'all do that? And it make it look,
Make it look that
convincing.
way. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Then the last thing. So they announced their DC movies. Aquaman: The Lost Kingdom. Just so you know, we got a synopsis. Aquaman and his brother Orm are going to team up against Black Manta, who's threatening the service world. This movie's testing very badly, apparently, and I mean, it kind of looks dumb to my eye, but we'll
Oh
see. It comes
no.
out December, I think. Yeah, it's the last
Okay.
one of before the reboot, so we'll see. And then the one everyone was talking about, the Flash, bro. I think you saw the
Woo!
new trailer.
Yeah, that new trailer.
That joint is fire. Everyone keeps talking. Everyone at Cinemacon says like they're just repeating what we've been hearing, that it's like the best comic book movie ever. They're saying Zaslav, who was it? I forgot who it was. I think it may have been Safran and Zaslav said Ezra Miller was just amazing in the movie. Everyone's saying Ezra Miller was amazing in the movie, hyping them up. I still very much believe this person is going to get fired after this movie.
Oh hell yeah! You have to.
But
You have
I
to.
don't know, I don't know, man. Like people are talking Ezra Miller made the movie. But I mean, you saw it, yo. Like they screened it, and they're just giving glowing reviews about it. So we'll see. I think I texted you this. Yeah, I'm quite upset that the movie looks this good. like I don't want I don't want to just I don't want what Ezra Miller's going through to be like glossed over. I guess
Right, right, right.
even though there hasn't been an incident in months, and I saw.
It hasn't, but it's just like you made a great movie, but you're a horrible person.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know, man, but yeah, I think the flight, like I said, that one, that's July. That joint might be it. Like we'll see now. I'm very anxious to see it and see if it lives up to like right now. It's so hyped. Like you remember, there was that article where Tom Cruise actually called the director to give him praise about it
Right.
after Everett came out. So I mean, we'll see, bro. We'll see. Um, yes, but I mean that's all I really had. Like I said, Universal's is out. Maybe next week we can talk about that and we can do a sum up and see which one of these announcements you like the most. I think it's funny. Sony had a lot to say, um, but they might be making some of the worst of the movie. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And when you got to show so much, that usually says something.
definitely says something, Brody. But all right, man. That's all I have, Brody. Everyone, thank you for sticking with us. Hopefully, whatever you're doing, you are able to use this as nice background noise. I hope you were not sitting in front of your computer for 50 something minutes listening to this. But
Yes.
more
Not something that you need to
power
sit
to
and
you
watch.
guys. All right, man. But yeah, thanks, Jovi. We will talk. We are going to see, I think the next time we talk will be when we see Guardians.
Yes.
And we need to talk about Star Wars Clone Wars Season 1.
Yes. And we have two shoe reviews coming also.
Yeah, all right. Things down the pipeline, y'all. But thank you so much for watching, y'all. Until next time, we out.
Deuces.